third week in a row, sorry. Week 5 Valhalla League action, Game Changers, Odin Division versus Far Out. It's going to be a good one.
Let's crack the cold one before we get started.
Let me just reset here.
Let's get things going here. We have a pretty nice matchup in this one. Crowd will actually know the teams these times. As we're going to get things crack-a-lacking.
There, my cat
two
was...
games being...
There we go.
2 games being casted on the hour. We have, like Crown said, Far Out, Odin, and Game Changers Odin.
There we are.
And then I believe on the other side we have Outlaws, Thor, and let me get the other team. Okay, so it's Outlaws, Thor, and Overlord's Thor team. So yeah, and that is casted by Ducky and Gawky. So yeah. Crowd opened up Smite.
Smite is open.
Oh, okay.
Don't yell at me.
If you guys missed the games from earlier, there was a couple games actually today. We can run down these. Okay, so in the 2:30 hour, we had a amazing set by Far Out Game Changers. That was casted by myself. I went to a game 3, Far Out ended up picking up the win there. We had Going Ghost and Outlaws. We had a Going Ghost win, 2-0. We also had a Kittens with Mittens versus Natural Selection Loki. These are all Loki division. We had a Kittens with Mittens 2-0. Thor division, we had Going Ghost versus Game Changers. Game Changers picked up the win there, 2-1. We had Far Out versus Psycho Strategy. It ended up going with Psycho's Thor division team, picking up the win, the 2-0. And in the Odin division, we had the Overlords versus Psycho Strategy Odin division. Overlords ended up picking up the win there. And we also had a Going Ghost versus Jungle Skogs. Going Ghost picked up the 2-1 win there.
Hey, you're not saying the Jungle Skogs anymore.
I've learned. My time in the Valhalla League, I've learned to be a better person. Yeah.
Unqueued from spectating. Awesome. There we go. All right, so we are queued to spectate that. Give me 1 second. I am so sorry. Somebody's messaging me on Discord.
How dare people message you on Discord?
Well, this year just keeps getting better and better.
Oh, okay. Oh. I don't know if Teddy's playing already.
Okay. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We are back, but between this Far Out team and the Game Changers team, we don't know if they're throwing any subs in for this game or have any altercations or differences in their starting lineups. But if you going from what we've seen in previous weeks with these two teams, who would you place your money on?
Okay, so we have it's Pepsi Crossing Vibe. Okay, so Game Changers have had some troubles in the first coming weeks here, so I'm gonna probably give it to Faro, depending. If Teddy's playing, I can give it to Faro, but I think it might change if he's not because he's very solid jungler.
Well, with the Game Changers lineup, I mean, MX Double, Vibe, Boomhev, Dirty Alpaca, all of them pretty decently well-known names in the general scene of our Odin League, at least recognizable names. But on the other side, we got Far Out. I mean, I Am Jacques, Teddy, Wally, Caucasian Asian, Little Munchie. I mean, all of those guys. That is a stacked lineup.
So I'm pretty sure Alejandro has been their ADC. I know he has been for the last couple of weeks. I do not know what's happened there either.
Well, Alejandro isn't any slouch as well. We're gonna have to see how he comes in here. Let's see if they can kind of ride the momentum. So if I am not mistaken, and I could very well be. Yeah, Far Out for the Odin division is sitting at 12 points at the top, leading Going Ghost by a point so far. So, I mean, this is Far Out set to lose, man. It seems like they're kind of going down that direction. They are the team to beat. So, hopefully Game Changers kind of comes in with a strategy. If Teddy is playing, I mean, Teddy, I think more so than pretty much any other person in this entire league, kind of forces you to think about him specifically.
Yeah. I've noticed that for the last couple of weeks. I don't really follow a lot of Odin, but I've noticed that, just watching sets as we are going to head into game 1 here, Picks and Bans. Crown, what do you think is going to be the prioritized here in Picks and Bans?
I mean, set's never making it through. So, I mean, we're going to see a set ban no matter what. I would see teams kind of draft, or not draft, but at least ban in the direction, maybe getting an Apollo or a Donzaburo out. So that's taken off the board. Janus has been very highly contested in the last couple of weeks with the change to his kit, a couple of the starting items making his early game that much better, and the bridge to that mid to late game cap that you see that Janus like to get to is a little bit bridged with those starting items as well. So with that being said, 2 mid laners already taken off the board by our Game Changers squad here, Janus and Scylla. Both very typical bans. Apollo's taken off. We'll see if a Donzaburo ban follows that, because Donzaburo has been very high on the pick ban rate for a lot of these Odin teams. He's just a very strong god.
Yeah, and if you notice the lineups, it looks like Dirty Alpaca and Mammoth are going to be subbing in for Game Changers, and I believe Teddy is being subbed out for I believe it's Munchie, I would assume, as the first pick's going to make a goal in there. What's your thoughts there, Count?
I mean, if you're prioritizing that side of the map, setting up your solo laner with something that he can kind of just run the gambit with, which Kokolin does very well. The only thing that might possibly be better than a Kokolin is a Guan Yu, which was taken off the board. So, I mean, Kokolin, very strong. His weakest point of the game is sub level 4. Right? As soon as he hits 5, as soon as he gets some boots online, I mean, he's just going to run that solo lane. It's going to make him very hard to deal with, and if he does manage to either stay even or get that slight lead with those rotations coming out from that solo lane, it's going to be very difficult to deal with. But with that being said, on the opposite side of the map, Far Out picks up probably the best ADC barring Apollo, which is also banned in the game right now. I mean, Donzaburo has so many things at his disposal, so many things in his kit that just makes him so hard to deal with. It's kind of bonkers. And to deal with that Kokolin, you have Sun Wukong. I don't know if Hachiman's the play, though.
Yeah, that's an interesting pick for me. I would have probably gone with the On Her, which is the ideal counter matchup to Dancing Bro. I personally just don't like where Hachi's at right now. I think he's a solid hunter, but he doesn't offer anything that you're going to need with a hunter. He offers an attack speed stim, which it's not really going to help you unless you play maybe a double hunter comp to use it efficiently. He offers a not bad stun, but it's also your dash, so it's do I really want to use it as a stun? And he offers just kind of long range autos that aren't that scary. I personally think it would have been nice to see maybe even a different hunter pickup, possibly it is an Ami, even I would probably pick over Hachiman right now.
On Her, I think On Her was probably has the best things in his kit to kind of go toe to toe, at least damage wise, with the amount of damage that Donzaburo can bring. But when you say dash in Hachiman's kit, that thing's not a dash. It moves you like 3 feet. So I mean, the only thing he has for escapability, and it doesn't even outrun the rocket, is his mounted, what is it, mounted archery, I think is the name of the ultimate. The mounted archery is not going to outrun the rocket. You're still going to take the damage, and even if you don't take the damage in the ult, as soon as you fall off that horse, that rocket's still coming for you. But
yeah, you see an Erlang pick there. They moved to that in the jungle or support. That is one of the picks that we've seen moving up the rankings this season. He's fallen off the last couple weeks just with the nerfs to a couple starter items. So what do you think that Erlang's going to provide that possibly other junglers wouldn't?
I mean, if played correctly, the man can combo somebody in less than 2 seconds. If you get somebody without beads and you land the taunt, knock up, pin into a couple of auto attacks, that person is as good as dead no matter who they are on the team, because that is just a lot of CC built into one kit. He is his own CC train. So you have the knockup, you have the taunt, you have the pin, which also adds, I believe it's just a root. I don't know if it's a cripple. I think it's just a root.
Just a root, yeah.
But it offers a lot of shutdown potential. And when you're going against a Danzaburo, against a Hunbats, which was picked up afterwards, but when you're going against those characters that have a decent amount of mobility, I mean, Danzaburo, his only mobility is either on the rocket or in that leaf form. But if you can lock him down and force him to make a decision, either fight you or have to pop the ult, and he'll potentially even hit you, so he won't get that far away. But Erlang Shin just offers damage and control. Whereas on the other side, man, Hunbats is the epitome of control with that ultimate in the late game.
Yeah, I feel like that Erlang might be played in the support role. I normally like to see something like that, especially up against Danzamburo, who wouldn't necessarily have the greatest early game clear. It would definitely be nice to see that, you know, possibly maybe getting that Hachiman ahead of the Danza just to see if he can do something against it. But we'll have to see in the coming games. And one pick to not overlook is definitely that Sun Wukong pick. I feel like maybe he's not the greatest matchup in the Kukul lane, but it's not something you're going to frown about as we see that Persephone being picked up there.
You know,
Mid laner who's dropped a lot this season, but I feel like it'd be very good right here.
Yeah, no. Persephone offers a lot into that team. You're going to force ultimates. You're going to force beads. You're going to force relics out of that team because not a lot of them have a way to get out of it. I mean, Hachiman has to pop an ult. Kukulin has to pop an ult or an active. Ra has to do one of those two things as well to get out of that. I think is it Grasping Death, or I can't remember what the name of that giant twig she flies across the map is. But you're going to be popping something for them to get out of it. Especially in that mid-game skirmish fights, you're going to see a lot of that happening, and it's going to be very difficult for this Game Changers team to deal with. But but yeah, no, like you were saying, the Sun Wukong pick here, very strong. He's just super safe. And if you're going against all-out aggression, which is Kukulin, being safe is never a bad thing. You're just trying to kind of keep up and maybe even force rotations out of him, try and out-rotate him, try and get the power play wherever your team is on the map for those objectives, and possibly go into a power play against this Kukulin.
Yeah, I mean, moving into this week, there's only one question to ask, man. Who you think's going to take this game?
I think draft-wise, there are strong picks on both sides, but I think draft-wise and overall cohesiveness with their abilities and with the team fights, I'd have to give it to Far Out here. I think Far Out has just a little bit of an edge in the AoE damage and just the amount of assets they can bring to the table with their kits built in with one another. I think Far Out takes it.
Yeah, I mean, they lose their shot caller and Teddy, which is something you don't want to see a team lose. You do not want to see a team lose a shot caller of anyone. So we'll have to see how this kind of plays out in these games. I think they're confident enough to just kind of play through it possibly, but I think that could weigh a lot in. Personally, I'm going to probably give it to this Game Changers squad. I just think they have so many good combo CCs, and I just like their pickups. I like their pickups. The only pickup that I was like, okay, what are you doing, is the Hachiman pickup, but we'd have to see. A lot of people, you know, they use weird picks to counter match up things you wouldn't understand. Like Hachiman into Danza just might be Vibe's comfort pick to that god. So, you know, possibly that we could see that just be better than their counterpart there. So yeah, we'll have to see moving into week 5 of Valhalla. It's Far Out Odin on the right. So red team and the blue team is going to be Game Changers Odin. Crown Hound and Hunter on the gas this week. So yeah, let's see some things happening.
Now, the thing about this game that I'm a little worried about, especially for Far Out, is that mid jungle dynamic. Since Big Monkey is subbing in for Teddy, that is a lot of just natural pressure you do have with that the player especially, but also just the camaraderie and the synergy that you have built into this team already. That is a big person to sub out for a game. But with that being said, this Persephone's going to need help, especially against an Erlong Shin and a Raw. They have just a lot of natural built-in pressure. She's going to need help, especially within that first 10 minutes in order to get her feet on the ground and keep moving forward. I'm expecting a lot of general mindset and strategy going through this mid lane for this Far Out team.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see in these games because like Valhalla is obviously a learning league, but I feel like one of the biggest things that a lot of people overlook is subbing out a player. And I understand, it's only subbing out a player. It's like, yo, what is that going to do to a team? Like maybe Big Monkey is better than Teddy. You just don't know. But I don't know. Like I don't know personally what this Far Out team's going to look for. Maybe they have been practicing this week, and maybe Monkey is going to be a shot caller for them. But I feel like it's going to be a very strange week for them.
Yeah, and loading into the game here, let's get the introductions out of the way. On the left side of your spectator UI, bottom side of your mini map, in the blue trunks, we do have Game Changers Odin division. We've got MX Double and Vibe making up your duo lane as the Sylvanas and Hachiman respectively. We have It's Just Jay and Mammoth making up your jungle mid combo with the Erlong Shin and the Raw. And over there in the solo island, we got Pepsi Crossing on the Kokolin. On the right side of your spectator UI, top side of your mini map in the red trunks, I am Jacques making up your Cerberus. I do believe that will be going into solo lane with Alejandro making up your duo. Oh, I'm sorry. No, duo lane. My bad. I'm sorry. Big Monkey and Little Munchie making up your jungle mid combo with the Hoonbots and the Persephone, and backing it up Wally next door over there in that solo island as your Sun Wukong.
Yeah, sitting next door over there in the solo lane as we ended up. We see Valhalla week 5 action. So yeah, let's get some things rolling with Groundhound and Hunter on the cast here today for the 3rd week in a row. Let's make some magic happen there, buddy. Look at some builds in the starting platforms here. There's nothing really out of the ordinary. Benevolence is the pickup for Sylvanas, which Benevolence is actually broken right now.
No starter coming out from Vibe.
Yeah, I personally like that. I like that. That's one thing that a lot of mid laners have been doing recently. It's a no starter, but you get like a support starter item later, like a Centennial's Embrace or something like that. I personally like that, especially on a Raw like against a Persephone. You're gonna need something like that.
I was talking about Vibe. The Hachiman went just double boots.
Oh, okay. So that's interesting. I'm pretty sure it is something we've also seen. I'm not sure how good it works, but you'll have to just find out. As we're going to start up in the dual lane here. It's going to be MX Double and Vibe on the side of probably the lane that's going to have pressure as Alejandro hits a nice stun or a taunt there on MX Double, but MX Double is forced to back away here. So yeah, early game's not really looking good for Game Changers Zone. Some extra pressure coming in on that. The MX Double is stunned, is not hit, so he does not die, but the first blood almost dropped.
The thing you do lose the most, I mean, I know you have a Sylvanas, but you lose just natural survivability without going Death's Toll or Hunter's Cowl or anything like that, as we do see a blink in come through.
He's almost picked off there.
Blink used this early. I mean, it was worth the effort. I like the call coming out. It's just good aggression. Keep the aggression up. MX Double is forced to back here. I mean, he only had 2. He bid through all of his health pots. Does get tier 2 boost, 1 multi-pot on his first back. So at least he's got that going for him. And you get a little bit of just solo farm for Vibe. So he hits 3 before Alejandro and Jacques over there as well.
Yeah, like MX Double just picked up captaincy recently on this team, and I've been talking with Mammoth, the mid laner for them, and he said they've been doing a lot of work with their team. He said MX Double has been a very good captain for them, so let's see how that thing kind of elaborates too, as they have a pretty much brand new lineup for this Game Changers out inside.
And the first back, level 3, picking up full boots for Vibe. As MX does rotate over into the mid lane. He is just leaving Vibe to his own devices. I really like this call. Just let Vibe try and get as far ahead of this Danzaburo as you can.
Yeah, well, you pick like a Cerberus Danza combo to just kind of win lane, right? So maybe that's one thing that they're thinking is just maybe if we take that away from them, it may work at less for them. As yeah, we're gonna open up things in. We're gonna go back to the dual lane here. As Vibe's just gonna like to back up, which is not a bad call. Alejandro and Jacques do not have a lot here, as they're just gonna go to the purple buff and get in the jungle there.
Now we do see MX Double rotating in. Will he land? No. Purple buff is stripped away. Jacques does end up picking that up. Little bit of peel coming out from Alejandro with the
we're gonna see
double stun.
Vibe getting some big damage there. Double stun, the pin coming through. Here comes Jay out of the jungle. Jacques is in trouble. A lot of damage going to him as we have some plays, and Vibe's gonna pick up the first blood to the side of the Game Changers Odin squad.
Great rotation out of It's Just Jay, just rotating over, adding in the extra damage, a little bit of control, and that's what Erlungshin brings, man. He brings that just the dive potential. Even though it wasn't a dive under a tower, the man just never stopped holding W key against that, and they do end up stripping away the purple as well. So overall, purple for purple and first blood going over to Game Changers.
Yeah. No ultimates were used in the parade though, as ultimates have just came up. So not too bad there by Game Changers, not using a lot of relics or even, like I said, ultimates or stuff like that, just to pick off kills like that, especially first blood.
And Vibe, at the top of your damage starts now 1600, about 500 over the next player. It is 3 minutes in, but that's what you expected, as we do see a little bit of aggression coming out from Game Changers. Once again, It's Just Jay leading the charge. Not afraid. I mean, he walked into 3 players there.
Yeah, I like this from Jay. He's coming in off, I believe he's a sub. He's coming in for Game Changers jungler there, and he's just kind of trying to make plays. That's what you like to see, especially from your sub there. And yeah, he's coming in for Vibes normally in the jungle there, so Boomev has been subbed out for this one, so Vibe is moving to ADC for this one.
Nothing.
So we're about
too crazy.
5 minutes.
Forced beads, 1 misses 2, lands 3, misses the 4th. Almost another kill going over to Vibe in that duo lane. He has complete control over here now, as he did use mounted cavalry or mounted archery. Sorry, is that the name of the? I think that's the name of the ability, right? I'm not insane. Mounted archery. Okay.
2 EDC mains once again.
Right?
I was just going to pick up the purple buff here now. Now, that's one thing that does work when you go to the tier 2 boot start. You are not going to try to win lane pressure, but you're going to try to win the mid-game lane pressure. He's probably going to pick up a starter item here, I would think. No, okay, so this is a new start that has been shifting through the meta. He's going to like to go with the Soul Leader. Now, the reason why you go this start is because the 10% pen from your starter item is going to help you throughout the game. Now, it's really weird seeing this, but it is really is a start that's been shifting through the meta this season. As we see some damage going there on MX Double, his healing's going to be reduced by 50% by Jacques there. Just misses the pole there, so that would have been very interesting if he hit the pole there.
Well, even if he hit the pole, I think you get Jacques down to about half with the use of Sylvanas ult, but he's able to just jump away or ult in return, so... I think it's kind of a blessing in disguise he did miss that pull, because that would have spelled badly for either the Raw or MX Double respectively. I mean, there were 3 people surrounding him. Jump does come through. Ghastly Breath onto MX Double. The jump from Hoon bots. Persephone ult does go wide. MX Double in a lot of trouble. Totem does come out. Raw ult does miss as they are able to pick up a return kill. MX Double does fall in his own red buff, but 2 ultimates are used. 3 ultimates? Was that a Cerberus ult as well?
Yeah, it was. MX Double did use his CC immunity from his ult, as Vibe is going to get under attack there from the Danzo. They'll elect to use the mounted archery there just to get away, so very kind of weird start here for the Game Changers, is they did have some pressure, but they're kind of losing the gold lead that they built up in the beginning, down about 600 here. So yeah,
Game Changers is still up.
Out. Yeah, that's what I said. They were up a lot more.
Well, with that return kill, I mean, it did go, I think, in the right place. If you want to get this Hoonbots kind of back in the swing of things and put him a little bit ahead, so that ult means a lot more as I am just talking. While Pepsi Crossing solos Wally over in that solo side. Wally got caught without his ult. I mean, that somersault cloud is way too potent. And once somebody knows that's down, I mean, Sun Wukong just becomes a giant target.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this Game Changers team likes starter items, as they do not, in 3 different roles, elect to not go with starter item.
I mean, hey, they're bringing it to this Far Out team right now. Far Out's on the top of the standings, and I don't know. This might just be the bane, right? I mean, starter items. I mean, there's something, but this team obviously knows something. As the stun does come out, dropped immediately to half health. And the taunt will not land. Alejandro lands a couple of autos and a bag of money on top of it. Equivalates the health pools there.
Yeah, I mean, the start of this game is going the way the Game Changers wanted it, so let's see how this can kind of elaborate to the mid lane, as we're going to see a 3-man rotation over to dual lane here, as MX Double is going to be the leader of the charge here on Jock. Nothing's really going to happen here, as they're just going to kind of back off, possibly look for the Scorpion here shortly. They do not have vision, but that doesn't mean they could try. Triple split oracles there. As you look, and Soul Leader just got finished stacking, so we'll kind of see how this plays out, as MX Double is going to be under attack here. The Grasp of Death is going to be missed there as the jumps are coming in. Monkey's going to ult as big damage coming to MX Double. Apollo's going to come in. Munchie's going to pick up the kill on MX Double there, so not too shabby there, as Munchie's going to end up picking the kill there. So nice job for Far Out, just kind of using their ultimates together, as we have big damage go in there. Nice job by Monkey to just kind of get away there, as the pin's going to come through from Jay. He's going to be picked up by Munchie. Give it a double kill there.
Yeah, Persephone damage, man, is nothing to joke about. Persephone did a lot in that fight. Does miss the ult damage, but does get the ult CC in order to pick up the kill onto MX Double under that tier 1, and then just claps him with a couple of plants and a dead body, and that spells death. And big plays from Monkey to get out of that. Blinks away from the raw. Is it Solar Flare? Is that the name of it? Am I insane? Celestial Beam. The Celestial Beam was fired. Would have killed him, but Monkey spamming that F key, man. Just trying to get away as fast as he can, and does end up doing so. So Far Out still in the lead with kills, but they do avoid a lot bigger of a deficit, I think is how I want to say that. With Monkey surviving, as he will just go back also. Kind of at a stalemate right now. I don't really think any team feels like they're in control at the moment. So it is going to take a team fight, as hold what I'm saying is Scorpion is started up by the side of Game Changers, looking for a little bit of an edge. Raw backs away, probably looking for just the ult secure. And nope.
Yeah, the secure is going to come through, and Mammoth is going to pick up the Scorpion for the side of Game Changers. So that's the first neutral objective drop, bringing up the gold fair in about a minute's time. So
and now Far Out, man, they're angry. They're looking for blood. Saw a lot of aggression onto that red buff, and we'll see where they elect to send this. If they're just going to stay localized on this mid side.
Yeah. As we look, there could be rotation looking to dual lane here, as Monkey's going to look at Vibe. Vibe's pushed up a tiny bit. He has Soul Eater and Toxic Blade, so he doesn't have a lot of damage, but he does have a tiny bit of cooldown pen, as the ult's going to be used there. I'm not sure what Humbat's ult's called, but it is dropped, and it is on Vibe. It uses the mounted ultra to get away there, as Dan Burrow's going to elect to go straight into tower. We have Alejandro making some plays. Vibe, no ultimate, no damage. Oh, he almost gets picked up, and he's just going to back away there and pick up a back there, so nice job there by Vibe.
Yep, Fear No Evil is the name of Hoonbot's ult, and it is used, so all 3 ults over there in that duo side, with Monkey assisting are used, as we do have a team fight. It looks like breaking out over here on the solo side. Kokolin under a lot of pressure does get Grasping Death. Will he fall, though, before the transformation comes through? Yes, he will go down. The knockup from Sun Wukong able to pick that up, as it does look like Ojiste is trying to get his butt out of there, as Mammoth is able to pick up Wally next door on the backflip with a Celestial Beam. Oh, Mammoth, run for your life. Monkey able to pick it up. The Monkey's playing the Monkey. We'll see what MX Double is able to do here. It does avoid a little bit of damage, and it looks like they will just try and strip away the blue buff. Ghastly Breath is used. Stun lands, dropped to half health. Great root. MX Double just saving his own life with that root there.
He has the best peel for himself. As we head back over to the duel lane here, Vibe is just doing a very good job against Alejandro here, so not too shabby here as we see some big damage coming through. Alejandro is going to elect to pop his 3 there. Just kind of use it for boxing. Lot of damage coming out of Vibe to Alejandro, but Vibe also has to back up. The mounted archery is going to be used. The ultimate comes down. The Aegis from Alejandro. Damage coming through. Goodbye, Alejandro. Vibe is going to end up picking up the kill with this one.
Yep, Dunsborough ult, I think, just came up towards the tail end of that, as Vibe will get picked up.
Used also, the Bees Aegis coming out for Vibe. Goodbye, Vibe from Big Monkey.
Yeah, Beads and Aegis both forced. His ult was down, and there are a lot of trades happening on the map. It seems like everybody is everywhere where they need to be. So that's the best you can ask for. If you're on Alejandro's side here playing the Dunsborough, you're just like, yeah, I just got soloed, but hey, guess what? You died too. Like, it's the best I could do. It dropped as much damage as he possibly could. I think MX just stole that. He did.
Yeah, MX going to get the red buff there, and lots of damage also coming through. Jacques is going to look to peel him off. Yes, he did. Munchie's electing to back after MX's double did lots of damage there. That's Sylvanas story, as a lot of people would say.
Now, if you are this far out squad, right? I mean, you're up in kills, you're up in gold. Alejandro's kind of having a rough time against Vibe over there in the duo lane. Where do you elect to send most of your focus? Do you elect to send it and maybe group up for a Gold Fury, maybe force a solo lane rotation? Or do you just want to take maybe a 3v3 skirmish in this mid lane and maybe have a possible rotation over from that Sun Wukong in order to win that mid fight and then go for a gold? Do you think it's the gold dance, or do you think they're going to look for a couple of picks before they start that up? As I think my question is about to get answered.
Yeah, as they're going to elect to use or pop open the Gold Fury here. It's going to be Jock on the tank. Lots of damage coming through. They have a decent amount of objective damage right now, too, as Vibe's going to turn the corner and let his team know, hey, guys, they're going for Gold Fury, as it's already down. Far Out's going to pick it up there. Nice job there by Far Out, making a very nice call to get over there. And we also have Soul Lanes rotating over. Looks like a fight could be started here. Looks like Pepsi Crossing is going to be the initiator of the charge. Waldy's going to be puffed up there as MX Double's going to follow him up with doubling. And the plays, Wally taking a lot of damage. Nice peel there. Munchie's going to pick up Vibe in this one as the Grasp of Death's just sitting in the middle of their team, and Alejandro is going to pick up the Earling. Nice job there, and giving Alejandro a double kill as MX Double falls also.
This far out team with the picks that they have, you cannot afford to fight in those choke points. The Persephone ult's going to do way too much, along with the Hunbot's ult being able to just freely dive the backline once that Persephone locks down the front line, so they can't move. You have just a lot of splits happening in these team fights with where the ults are supposed to be. Everything fired on all cylinders for that far out team fight there. I think they lost one. I think Jacques might have died. I think Jacques died in that team fight, but you trade a 1 for 3 and it's your support. But beautiful plays coming out from Far Out in that team fight. That's exactly what I thought of the picks during their draft, is when they do get to these team fights, you have multiple ults working on multiple different levels. You have the Cerberus ult is just there for a beads burn, or vice versa with the Hunbots. Whoever's ult you decide to use first, the other one's going to follow up immediately after. Persephone's there to lock down the frontliners, make sure they can't move. You have the Rocket and the Sun Wukong just dive potential out of the side lanes, and it fired on all cylinders in that last team fight. Beautiful place.
Yeah, nice job there as the Pepsi Crossing is pushed a tiny bit forward. He's just going to back up with his rage form there as the Pyromancer could be the next objective to the call. Big Monkey's going to seek out MX Double in the jungle here. Plays going to be made on him as Monkey's going to look. Not really anything's going to happen as Mammoth is going to call off that one.
So with your gold lead extended now to 4,000, right? I would like to see Vibe maybe rotate out of this lane now, add a little bit of pressure over there on that Fire Giant side, maybe go for a Pyromancer or something along those lines after this Scorpion does fall. Just group up with your team, make sure that those play calls are there, because if you start these rotations, right, Donzaburo can only get there with the use of the rocket. He'll only be able to initiate with the rocket, which is generally something that Donzaburos like to do just to get the burst damage out of the way. But that's the only way he'll be able to catch up. I think in order for this Hachiman pick to really play a part moving into the mid to late game transition that we're seeing out of these teams now, is to force the rotations. You can't be on the back foot, as it looks like he will be, as Donzaburo is now moving through the jungle towards this little skirmish that we're seeing.
And Alejandro. The target is going to be Jay in the jungle there as the taunts are going to come through, not going to hit. So the Fire Giant could be called shortly as Alejandro has made the rotation. Here comes Alejandro. He's going to hop in the rocket. He's going to head in the jungle here. Nothing's really going to have there as he's going to be right behind Mammoth here looking for the taunt. Nothing's going to have there as he's going to get all alone in the back line here. Lots of damage coming through. The Rob Celestial Beam's going to come through. Big taunt there by Jay as he picks up a triple taunt, but he dies for it. His Monkey's going to pick up the kill there. The Grasp of Death unfortunately just misses as MX Double was going to also be picked up. Pepsi Crossing with a big push there to possibly save his team as Munchie's going to pick up Pepsi Crossing. Alejandro's going to pick up MX Double. Big damage there on Mammoth too as Alejandro's going to be there. Nothing's really going to be had as he's just going to back up.
That was a great combo coming out of the never mind, as we do see mounted archery coming in. Alejandro dropping very low, will die. Vibe lands a couple of autos after the war flag does come down. What a fight. And it does look like Game Changers is able to pick up the consolation prize in this tier 1 tower in mid lane. I believe that was a 3-4-3, I want to say. But
yeah,
Game Changers does get the best end of the deal there as they do take a tower, but it might be a little overstaying their welcome. Vibe checking around the corner. And they'll just run out there as the ward coverage battle now starts to happen, and Far Out wins that on that Fire Giant. But a beautiful rotation coming out of Vibe. A little bit of a misplay, I think, from Alejandro trying to dive that deep to get to the Raw with the rocket. If you just focused at the beginning of the team fight, it might have been a lot cleaner of a fight for Far Out. But you live and you learn.
Yeah, if you notice there, Vibe on the ADC role is elected to go with the Animosity. So that's a tiny bit of a different item that we do not see too much in the ADC role. I like the pickup personally. You got an extra like 40-50 damage on every basic you're throwing. So, I mean, that's going to help. But I feel like he has to use it a lot better here. Possibly maybe split push. Maybe split push to make sure, you know, you're going to have a lot more damage. So, yeah.
I mean, we'll see as the Oni Fury is now spawned along with the Oracles. And Far Out has already started the Oni Fury, looking just for a little bit of ward coverage. Does clear out the Century ward. As MX Double does step forward, drop a regular ward on top. That will be an extra 50 gold in somebody's pocket, as they'll pick that up as well. 5 members strong from this Far Out squad. Now the Oni Fury dropping to about 5k HP, 4,000 now, as they do elect to leash it. I mean, the best secure on this entire map right now is Raw with the ult coming out of nowhere. Is Alejandro does throw the jug. Pepsi Crocking will jump away. Blinking from MX Double Lens, a 2-man knockup, 1-man root. Another knockup does come through, beads away as Alejandro and a little Munchie dropping very, very low. Both about a 1 auto attack away from HP. As in the backline, Hoon Bots does dive down. Pepsi Crossing does end up picking 2, is fighting I Am Jacques in the back, and Hoon Bots does trade away his life for the Raw's life now, as Wally next door does hop into the somersault cloud, is able to Bird of Nope away. 3 members chasing him as Pepsi Crossing falls to Jacques. Now it's an all-out retreat from Wally and Jacques, and they will do so, as it looks like Game Changers now turn the focus onto the Oni Fury.
Yeah, I mean, just big plays there coming out from Pepsi Crossing, picking up a double kill in the backline. Unfortunately, dies to Jock there, but that's not really that bad, as he, like I said, he picked up a double kill. It looks like Wally next door is going to be looking right back into the charge, as some damage is going to come down onto him, as he could possibly be picked here, as he's going to burn him no boy, so nice job.
Yeah, Vibe sitting at level 19 now. Now level 20. First level 20 in the game. Vibe is feeling very comfortable, sitting at 4-2 and 0 right now. And Pyromancer is now the call. Can they go from Oni to Pyro? And it looks like they will be able to, especially with the Hachiman here. Or not Hachiman, sorry, Erlong Shen. They'll be able to pick that up, no problem. Equivalating the gold now. Game Changers brings back a 4,000 gold deficit. Now is about 100 gold in the lead.
Yeah, I mean, that's just something you want to see out of your ADC, as he does have like an off-meta build, a lot of people would say, but I've heard it's been tested a lot. I haven't really talked to Vibe personally, but I've heard from other people that he's been really trying to make this build work, and it looks like it's being shown as you kind of look, and he's 4-2, and now he's level 20. He's level 20 about 21 minutes into this game. As he picked it up, as Pepsi Crossing is also the next level 20 on the map, so maybe the Sundering Axe could possibly be coming out there. What do you think this far out team is going to have to change to kind of make the team fights go their way?
Well, the last couple have just really been super sloppy from them. They need to just group as a team. We saw the Hoonbots dive alone against 4 members and picks up 1 member in the back, which if you're playing like old Loki, that's something that you're willing to trade. But with a Hoonbots with an ult as powerful as his, you want to stay grouped with your team, because the Fear No Evil would have been perfect against the double dive coming out of Pepsi Crossing and MX Double, as MX does land a pull onto Jacques. But if that Fear No Evil is used, I think the squishies in the back get away, and you're able to rotate back into the fight. You might lose gold off of it, but at least all your members are there, and you can come back healthier, and there isn't... they only get back about 1,500 of that gold deficit, and they don't make up as much as they do. So it's just about mitigating your losses, making sure your team is staying grouped and the ults are being used where they need to be. Now, yes, Monkey did end up trading a 1-for-1, but when the solo laner is able to dive and pick up 2 kills, and they're able to get a gold fury off of it, I mean, it's not really all that worth at that point. So just making sure they're grouped, making sure all the ultimates are fired at the right time, that's all you're going to really look for.
Yeah, as we're going to look here, as the Fire Giant's going to be the next call, the next objective on the map for the side of Game Changers, is they basically have gotten almost every objective this game, as they've been doing a lot of work in that department, and Pepsi Crossing is going to look to start the fight there, as he's going to jump in, force them to use a couple abilities. Let's see if he initiates quick there with the abilities down. MX Double is going to be the initiator on this one. Nice snipe there by Mammoth to pick up Alejandro there, knocking him to about half health. Jacques going to initiate here, as Alejandro is going to be picked up there by Pepsi Crossing. Nice Fear No Evil as it's going to pick up 2. Here it is, as Monkey's going to be picked up by Mammoth there, as Jacques going to look to go to his backline, possibly get a shell on them, as Wally's going to pick up a nice kill, possibly. Yes, he is. Wally's going to pick up the kill there. Mammoth's also going to pick up a kill, as the scrum is still going on. Looks like Game Changers is going to be the winner of this one, and Vibe is still full health, so the next call is over to the Big Brute on the right side. It's going to be the Fire Giant, the next call there.
Now, Wally does have vision of this, and Game Changers don't really know that he's there. We're going to see if he can't get a little cheeky cudgel steal, as they do notice him in the back. Pool does miss. And nope, it'll just be secured by the Raw. Best secure in the game, my opinion, is Wally gets super pressured. Bad place for you to be, man. As soon as you miss that cudgel, you just needed to get out of dodge, as MX Double does pick up another one of his kills. Fire Giant going in the way of Game Changers, now sitting comfortably in the lead. Down a couple of kills, but up now 4... can I do math? Yeah, 4k gold, as a tier 2 is being pressured and will fall over there in the solo lane side. Pepsi Crossing sitting at level 20, Mammoth sitting at 20, Vibe sitting at 20. They're sitting very healthy now, as we do have far out, not far behind. Hoonbots is a little bit ahead of Oh It's Just Jay, but you're not getting all that much out of that Fear No Evil. They just need to make sure that they're staying grouped, and with a team like theirs, their siege defense is very good. And I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to take a fight against a Fire Giant team, because of the amount of team fight pressure that they do have with all of their abilities. Because it's a very winnable fight for them, especially at this point in the game. You're not that far behind in levels. You're a little bit down in gold, but it won't really mean much if you can just combo your ults correctly.
Yeah, as the Primal Fury is going to be the next objective to call, as they're just shredding this thing, as Vibe with the animosity is really helping him against these objectives.
Yeah, and they need to choose to take a fight sooner rather than later. I mean, doing that while all their beads are down. I mean, raw bead still has 20 seconds on it. Vibe bead still has 15. I mean, they needed to take a fight sooner rather than later. That would have been a perfect time to just catch them sleeping. And they do end up picking up the Scorpion, as it looks like it will be a siege defense underneath the tier 2. We'll see if they elect to defend this. I don't think they will. Their posture says no. Just showing out some poke.
Jungle, so he's a tiny bit out of position for this initiation. He's going to pick up a tiny bit of farm back up, possibly pick up the upgraded Boombas Hammer. Yes, that's going to be the call. So they're going to probably look to just wipe the towers and possibly look for an initiation here, as the defense could come down at this T2 tower. I wouldn't personally, but it might come down as no, it's not, as they're just going to kind of back up a tiny bit and pick up the tower. Is game changers. As they're just going to back up after that also.
I would have liked to see Far Out group as 5 and pressure that. I still think these fights are very winnable for them. I just think the last couple, they've been too spread. In the first couple of team fights that we did see, we saw very well how all of these ults can combo into one another. They just need to kind of rekindle some of that magic they had earlier on in the game and take it to them, because with the draft you have with this team, it's a very good late game team fight oriented team. And even with a team with Fire Giant that isn't enhanced, you can still take these fights. Now, you've been asking me questions. Let me ask you a question here. If you're game changers, right, against this Far Out squad that I've been praising about their siege defense, how do you break that? How do you get through that initial wall in order to actually accomplish maybe a couple of picks or a Phoenix, or even in the game off of this next fight that we might be able to see? What are you looking for them to do here?
A Pepsi crossing triple kill in the backline again? No. I personally just think they need to play it quick. They've been playing really fast this game, and this Far Out team just hasn't been able to diagnose what's happening. They also should play more like sneaky per se. Like maybe a split could possibly be the play, because I feel like Far Out's, like, with Teddy in the lineup, Far Out's the best team 5-on-5 probably. I haven't looked at a lot of other teams, but I feel like that's pretty safe to say. But they're just going to like to back up here and possibly look at this EFG that's going to be spawning here in 30 seconds. Grasp of Death is going to be used. That's going to hit Vibe. So Vibe's going to be possibly in trouble, as Munchie's going to pick up a lot of damage before this fight starts. As Pepsi Crossing is going to be the initiator. Cerebal's going to be used. Nice job by Jacques just getting Pepsi Crossing off their backline, as it doesn't look like it's going to work. He's still going to run him down. But you see Vibe under attack, taking a lot of damage. You also see Monkey coming out of the jungle there, as Jay's going to be under attack. There as Alejandro's going to pick up to kill that one. Nice crits coming out from Alejandro. Pepsi Crossing's going to pick up 1, possibly 2. Here's Monkey's going to be taking a lot of damage. Wally's coming in off the stun. Mammoth with a nice beam there, as MX Double's going to pick up the kill there. Vibe also going to pick up by Jacques. Munchie's going to pick up Mammoth in this one. And MX Double's under a lot of pressure. Goodbye, MX Double. Gives Bedwell a kill to Munchie, and the fight's still going on as we have MX Double under attack, taking a lot of damage. Or not a lot of damage, sorry. Just kind of playing whoop-de-whoop with the other team.
Sorry, my food just came in. But that's exactly what I want Far Out to do. They grouped as a team, used their ults in a cohesive way, got a lot of actives and a lot of ults defensively, and it worked to their benefit. And I think that's what this team just needs to do. Just go super aggressive.
Still under attack, as we have Monkey coming back into the parade. The Fear No Evil is going to be used. MX Double is in trouble. The root's going to come out. Unfortunately, the slow is going to miss there from the leap. Lots of damage coming in on him. Lots of damage. He's going to be taken out. Big Monkey with the kill there.
I've got a question for you.
What's your question?
Have you been watching Auctioneers?
No.
You kind of sound like an auctioneer.
I don't know how to take that as a compliment or not.
I mean, take it how you want. I didn't mean it as an insult or a compliment. It's
no. Maybe if Valhalla ever has an auction, they know who to contact.
Yo, I'll tell him. Yo, get Hunter.
If Valhalla ever has a bidding season where they go away from the draft, they're gonna be, there's one down, two down, doing a three down. As the outing fear is going to be the start here, as Alejandro is just shredding this thing with that crit build that he has going for him there, up to about that is going to be 63% crit, or 62% crit chance.
Sorry, I'm eating food now. I apologize.
I was gonna say you went instantly to rage, and I was like, "Does he think I'm wrong?"
No. I'm eating food with a tiny fork.
Oh no! So it looks like Count's gonna be out of this one.
I'm still here.
The Fire Giant's going to be the next call here, as looks like the rotations are going to start from this Game Changers team to the right side of the map. Jacques is going to be coming through the jungle, looking to possibly make sure that this Fire Giant steal play doesn't go for free, as Pepsi Crossing's going to rage off of the Fire Giant. As we see Munchie there just missed the pole there as Vibe. They're going to elect to just shred this thing, which maybe not be the call, as here comes Jacques on the ultimate. Pepsi Crossing is in trouble. He's going to elect to back up a tiny bit as Jay gets Alejandro taunted. Nice job there as Alejandro ulted straight to the back line, but they're going to pick up the Fire Giant here. Looks like Far Out's going to... No! Game Changers with the Mammoth Snipes going to pick up the Fire Giant there as damage is going down on Pepsi. He is in trouble. Running away as Pepsi Crossing. The somersault attack's going to be used by Wally to pick him up there as the damage is coming in still. Big Monkey's going to be picked up by Vibe, giving a double kill for the side of no one, because either team dies. So Vibe's going to pick up the double kill there, as there goes Wally, going to be knocking the next door. She's going to be picked up there as Jay is going to pick up Jacques. Big damage coming in on Alejandro, not really anything to do for. Lots of damage, not really dead yet. Good. By Alejandro, maybe he's doing lots of damage there. MX double, the Mammoth beam's gonna come through, still alive. Goodbye, Alejandro, to Mammoth.
What a roller coaster, man. I think if Far Out doesn't start that fire again, knowing that Mammoth is around with that ult, I mean, that is the best secure on the map right now. And they're just going to run it into the throne room. There's nothing you can do, Little Munchie, by yourself to stop this train.
Traps of Death is going to be used. Munchie's going to be picked up there. MX Double is going to be the hands of that kill.
Yeah, as we will see Game Changers take game one with their no starter builds at the beginning. GG, Game Changers.
Yeah, nice pick up there. Nice job. Just an all-round, very beautiful set for Game Changers there.
Lemon pepper wings, man, they're good.
Lady Breast or Bisky. Smart decision for benching Teddy. Oh no. Nice job there. Yeah, Mammoth did kind of save the game with that beam of life. As Jay felt like he did a lot more than 7k player damage.
I mean, yeah, control, man. That's what Longshin builds or brings to the table with that taunt, with the knock up and everything. I mean, it made sure that there was a buffer between Wally or Monkey whenever they decided to go in. Just Jay was there for the interruptions, as MX Double and Peps. All right, I'm fine. MX Double and Pepsi Crossing were just diving any chance they got into those team fights, pressuring Little Munchie, pressuring Alejandro to the point that they needed to step up and fight with their team. But GG's to Game Changers, man. They proved me wrong. They brought it today, and Vibe with that build, he showed it off as 22 wards out of MX Double in that game. But beautiful plays coming out from both teams. It did definitely look like Far Out's game to lose at about the 10 to 12 minute mark, and Game Changers came back and said, "No, man, we're in this. Don't tell us to go away." And they brought it back. A little bit scrappy team fights here and there, and then a couple of Fire Giants later, and the game's yours. So let me go ahead and get this
Yeah, just an all-around great game from both sides. I don't know. I feel like the only reason why Far Out did kind of lose that game is their backline dive wasn't in coordination with each other.
I'd agree. They stopped fighting as a cohesive 5-man unit, and instead it was split up on multiple fronts. With a team like that has the potential to work. Piece of wing went down the wrong pipe, man. But the fights you did win was when all 5 of your team were making a unified decision that this is where we're ulting, this is who we're going on, this is what we're doing. And the fights that they lost, they were too split. We saw Monkey and Alejandro diving on separate occasions. We found Jacques in the back line trying to peel for the squishies. We saw Wally next door really picking up most of the straggling kills in those team fights with the ult onto it, using the somersault cloud as the secure. But they were just too split. They needed to kind of... Yes, Scrappy, I'm getting choked out by a chicken wing. All right? Chill. But they needed a more unified front. They needed to make a decision as a team, and they were just a little too split.
Yeah, did anyone else notice that Crown's eating chicken wings with a fork?
Homie, I ain't about to get my hands dirty while I'm touching on my keyboard and stuff. And they're boneless.
That's a keck W right there.
Hey,
Scrappy D's back in the chat, buddy. Welcome back. I wonder if Lady Bisky is Teddy. His account. Like side account.
Look, you all can laugh at me, but when your mouse and your controllers and your keyboards are all oily and crumbs are all on them, then you'll be running back to me going, hey, Crown, I never knew that was a thing. It worked dividends.
Done bashing. We're not really bashing the bench long time, buddy. We're just having a good time as we are about to head into game 2 of Far Out versus Game Changers. So the latest follower is Mozart. Nice job, buddy. Far Out. Far Out.
Yo, chill.
Of course I'm Canadian, Joe.
He's sitting right next to me with a giant smile on his face.
Joe is my real dad, though. Joe legally adopted me back in 5th grade. Me and Crown lived in the same house. You guys didn't know this?
No, I'm Joe's dad.
Yeah, you're my grandfather. There's not really much to say here. Oh, there it is. Game number 2 is going to be on this charts for this one. As we have, it's Far Out on the left, Game Changers on the right. Odin division. As the Scylla and Set ban are going to be the first 2 banned out here. Do you think there's going to be any target bans in this one?
I wouldn't think so. At different points in that game, Far Out did have a lead with the team they did draft. It was just a couple of team fight issues here and there, and then from Game Changer's point of view, I mean, you scrapped and clawed your way back into it. You ended up picking up the W with the picks that you did have. I don't think there's trouble on either end of the teams per se. I think it's just kind of a mindset and a strategy change that we might see. So if any picks do happen, it'll be out of strategic necessity rather than a specific target ban, because I don't think there was a problem on either side for either team.
And Burrow's going to be banned out. That's the only ban that was picked up last game, but it was banned by the team that picked it up, as they're going to elect to pick up the Google lane in this one. So Waldy's going to be playing that one, as Pepsi Crossing is going to elect to go with the Osiris into that. That's not a bad matchup there for him.
Mm-mm.
MX Double is going to be the next picker.
And Osiris is one of those guys that just doesn't lose lane. He's able to just kind of stick in there. If he does elect to go into the Death's Toll, that is a lot of sustain for him, especially on those cleave attacks. Nobody said Opwash. Chill. Calm yourself. As the Erlang Shin, it will be a run back possibly for Just Jay here. It did pilot it very well in game 1. But we'll see if the Hunter pickup is here now, as the two best hunters in the game are taken off the board, and Apollo and Donzenborough respectively. Alejandro is going to go with the Cupid. Locked in. That is a very good pick against the rest of the hunters on the board. So we'll see what Vibe elects to take into the Cupid. There's the good old faithful in the ROM pickup. I also really like Artemis into a Cupid pick. I think Artemis brings a lot to the table against a Cupid specifically. And also Artemis is a beast once you hit level 20 with her.
Yeah, I've been picking a lot of Uller into Cupid, and it's been working pretty well. As Sean Caw's getting the next pick off the table. As isn't it crazy how Crowned missed out the greatest ADC alive? Alpwash?
No.
The Dodgy's picked up's also going to be made there, so not a bad. I do not like personally the Dodgy pickup in this scenario. That forces MX Double to play the Erlang, so you basically know that what's going to open up there.
I don't mind the Dodgy pick, actually. Cupid is forced to beads out of it. No CC immunity on his ult. Chang'e is either forced to use her 2 or inactive. And then if Kokolin ever gets pulled by it, I mean, if he doesn't want to go into 5 members of this Game Changer squad, he is forced to go into his ultimate as well, or is forced to buy beads at level 1.
As the On Her band's going to be banned out there also, as you see Founder Humbats is also going to be banned out there, so they do not want Monkey to play the Humbats. Mammoth's going to be the next one to pick. Now, personally, I would probably look for more of a CC based mid laner here. Maybe to possibly get another beads burners.
I'd agree. I think Poseidon would work very well here.
Yeah. Because you get free Krakens, right?
Yeah. Artemis. Look, I've been saying it ever since Cupid got a buff and he was in the meta. Artemis is the counter to Cupid.
Yeah, so the Artemis pickup is going to be made there, so it looks like Vibe's going to elect to go with the Artemis this game. It's going to be interesting to see what start he goes. I feel like he's not going to go the same start as he did last game, just because Artemis doesn't have the same mana sustain as last game. It's 2 picks there of Game Changers. That's going to be far out, right on your left side. As the Suki, Omi, and Geb are going to be the pickups there, so nice job there. I like the pickups there personally. You get a Geb, who's basically the beads. You got an extra beads essentially. He gets 6 of them. As Persephone also is going to be looked to make the pickup there.
Just on these picks alone, I think Game Changers wins this. I think Game Changers has a lot more of a coherent draft. They have a lot more things at their disposal, whether it be to dive or to peel. I like the Raijin in place of the Persephone. But with that being said, I do think Game Changers takes this game. I think they win this 2-0.
Yeah, I think they have a really good draft. You get Alejandro on a bit more of a comfort pick. You get Monkey on a tiny bit more of a comfort pick. And Jock, I feel like he's more at his play style. I feel like the Serb just didn't really look like his play style. Oh, I'm confused. You said Far Out's Game Changer's gonna win this 2-0, and I started talking about Far Out. Yeah, I don't know. I personally like Far Out's draft. As the only thing to be worried about is I feel like that Pepsi crossing with Cyrus.
I think the Dodgy is going to be a menace. I really do. I think she's going to be at least in this Cupid's face for the first 10 minutes of this game. I mean, she's got to be over there. She's got to be applying pressure. This Gold Fury side of the map is going to see a lot of pressure, especially from this Raijin. Is going to be able to outclear this Chang'e. Chang'e has to put herself in danger in order to clear, and the Raijin can just safely sit back and throw a 1, throw a 2, and just apply very easy poke. And with this Chang'e pick, it opens you up to a lot of things. You open yourself up to these dodgy ganks, to MX double on the Erlang Shin now, which is a lot more of an aggressive pick for him. I think there's a lot of danger in this Game Changers draft, and I think they can play it very well, especially on riding the momentum from game 1 that you do have coming back from a deficit. But I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, as we're gonna move into game number 2 here. If you've been enjoying the games that you'd like to see them and you'd like your future games to be casted, shoot the channel all follow and type in !Discord, as I'll be the first one to type that, and it will give you the people to the message, and they will give you the Discord invite. Preferably message Mr. Joe, as Black Mage unfortunately has been stepping down as league ownership, but he did very well with the league when he took over. As looks like we are going to be heading into game number 2.
Game number B.
Game number B. B is closer to G in the alphabet, which means Game Changers are going to win. But unfortunately, F is closer than G to the alphabet to B, so Far Out's going to win. That's the way I like to think. Of course not. Am I ever okay? Ask Joe. Joe teamed with me last season. All I do is buy TP on Serb. Or CERN.
I don't know how to feel about that. We are loaded into game 2 now. Way to fill the dead air. Game 2, Game Changers OD up 1-0 in the series. Can they find the same magic that they did in the last game and take this a 2-0 set, or will Far Out fight their way back, make it an even 1-1, and push this game to a game 3? We will find out.
Fun fact, me and Ground have never casted a 2-game set.
Correct. Yeah, we've only casted 3 game sets.
Yep. Oh, it's funny because I casted earlier. Guess what? 3-game set.
Oh, so you're the curse.
Oh. It's always my fault. Everything's my fault.
Why wouldn't it be?
Oh.
All right, Vibe did buy a starter. He elected to go into the Death's Toll. Everybody on that team has a starter, so they're doing away with the the first game strats already.
Yeah, they went back to the drawing board. Maybe it's gonna throw him off this game.
They were caught sleeping because they're just like, wait, they don't have starter items. So what's going on here? And now they're throwing a wrench in that game plan. But I'm expecting in this game, I'm expecting this Artemis to do a lot, and I'm also expecting this Dodgy to be everywhere. I mean, this Dodgy has the potential to snowball this game in multiple different facets, and we'll see if she can do it. Because if she likes to camp this Cupid, I mean, Alejandro doesn't really have anything to do about it. Especially if your beads are burned by the Artemis, that is a free Dodgy ult. You have no other way to get out of this. As purple buffs are dropped, no early game shenanigans happening from either team, as the supports will meet in the lane first. MX Double already took a little bit of poke there. As wave clear is given the way to game changers.
Of course, in the way of the Erlang.
True.
Yeah, second wave, some pressure is going to be had here as MX Double has taken a lot of damage. No heart bomb's going to come out for Alejandro.
Yeah, Heart Bomb actually missed the wave. He was too far back.
Oh, okay.
And we did see a really early cringe gank happen in solo lane as just Jay elects to try and dive the Kokolin.
Yeah, Wally's going to get out of that one, which is very fortunate for the side of that far out team. They lose a lot of farm for it, though. That's kind of unfortunate how they lost the game.
As the Alpha Harpy is picked up on the side of game changers, and they'll elect to back up, relieve control as Big Monkey is out here in the outskirts as the dash comes through Alejandro as Tsukiyomi does not land the knock-up, or not land the stun due to the knock-up to MX Double, and it will be a failed gank on the dual lane side for this far out team as Jacques is locked in place, 1 by a trap in, 2 by a pin. That's a lot of return damage, and Jacques is forced to fly all the way back as it now has game changers in the driver's seat.
Yeah, nice job there by the Game Changers team to kind of see the gank and deal with the gank there as the heart bomb hits the wave this time. And as Jacques going to be a pin there, nothing's going to happen off the pin there, but nice job by MX Double.
Yep, every little bit of poke helps.
Yeah. As Vibe must be liking the starter item in this game.
Yeah.
As the purple buffs are going to spawn and MX Double's going to lead the charge over to it. Vibe's going to follow up. Let's see what happens here as Vibe's going to let MX Double just kind of solo that buff, which is a good call. He is going to not pick it up, unfortunately, and he is under attack. Lots of damage happening to MX Double. He doesn't have his dash, unfortunately, as he just used it on the buff. Big damage coming out there. Jacques going to pick up the first blood. Nice damage there on the Artemis to pick up the heart bomb. Some pop-offs damage coming into Vibe. Nice rotation here by Munchie. Lots of damage coming down. Munchie's going to pick up the kill. Pepsi Crossing is going to pick up a kill over there on the soul lane as we have a nice duel going on. Wally next door is going to be doing lots of damage to Pepsi Crossing. Unfortunately, nothing's really going to be had there as Pepsi Crossing is just going to like to back up there. Very interesting for Wally to back up.
I don't know if it was so much backing up as it seemed like a lost cause to dive it at that moment, and we do see him pressuring the blue buff now, trying to find something, and following that leaves you very exposed, especially if you're diving that to the dodgy damage and also possibly even killing yourself in the process. I mean, you don't have much. You do have an ult at your disposal, but he recently was able to pick that up due to the minions being killed under his tier 1. As Raijin drums do come out, jungle ult does miss as the supports have now rotated over to mid lane.
Unfortunately, Munchie's not that good at tennis, so he's going to miss the ult there. As
a lot of damage coming out from the dodgy. Does land one, does get the pull.
The dash come from Mammoth. Big damage coming down. Jay's going to pick up the kill there on Big Monkey.
Dodgy, man. You're forced to go beads if you don't pick up beads or if they are down. This Dodgy's going to do a lot. And we got Tsukiyomi sleeping. Beads were forced and beads were used, and that's what it spells.
B-E-A-D, that's what it spells today. Go hooray. As we're gonna head back over to the dual lane here.
Nice transition. That's how segues are done, children.
As we're gonna head back over to the dual lane. Doesn't look like anything's happened since we left the first time. Alejandro's just gonna hit every auto on this purple buff, so nice job there by Alejandro. If you hear the person in the background, that's Mr. League owner himself, Mr. Joseph.
No, that was actually Chewbacca Chew.
Okay, well that's Mr. Ymir himself, Chewbacca Chew.
As
the rotation is going to be looking to happen on the dual lane here. MX Double's possibly going to look to make something. Doesn't look like anything's going to happen there. Alejandro is going to scare him off, but the call is to possibly go this Scorpion. Doesn't look like anything's going to happen there, so MX Double's going to like to back off once again.
yeah, this roaming duo squad out of this. I can't speak right now. Just Jay and MX Double. Is very scary. Erlang Shin and Daji together. That's a lot of control and a lot of damage coming from just 2 picks on a gank. As wow, Big Monkey lands all of the poke necessary, drops MX Double down to about 60%. So Alejandro's landing 1, 2 auto attacks in there, and he'll just drop the Heart's Heal up a little bit. As MX has now made his rotation again. Pin does miss.
No. Nothing's going to happen.
And the ult is forced, but all in all, nothing used by Alejandro to get out other than a dash. His beads are still up. Ult is down, sorry. Ult is down to him, as looks like it was just a Cupid ult expended. There's Vibe is able to walk away with his ult. A whale and a pair of beads for him. Who is this cast? This is actually the cast of the show, The Brady Bunch.
Do they not know how to read on that show? Because he said, "What is this cast?"
No. Have you met the people from that show? No, they don't.
We're gonna head back over here to the mid lane. It's gonna be Jacques on the Geb. Can he possibly make the look for a nice rotation over here to this greatest Scorpion?
And Faro says that now it's our turn with the double rotation is elected to turn around. Saw that Chang'e was under pressure by a couple of members of this Game Changer squad. And I don't know. Everybody's just kind of everywhere right now. It doesn't seem like there's any coordinated attack happening from either team so far, and someone's going to have to pull the trigger.
Yeah, and as you say that, it looks like MX Double's going to invade the back camps here. So nice job by MX to strip the farm for this far out team.
Yeah. And he's sitting at level 8. He's definitely looking a little bit more better. As Vibe landing a lot of damage on Alejandro as MX Double picks up a kill on a Wally into solo. And Vibe is under a lot of pressure now. There is dive potential with this Geb here. As Daji blinks in, lands the 1, goes up immediately into ult, lands 1 chain. Does not land the other. He does come back as Big Monkey picks up a kill in the back on Vibe with the ultimate. Alejandro in a lot of damage, does end up falling. Just Jay picks up a double, does land the last hit onto Big Monkey in the back, as it is a 3 for 1 due to Wally dying over there in the solo lane due to the gank from MX Double, as well as Game Changers make a response.
Yep, and that's what you get when you pick Osiris. You got a lot of pressure, which means lots of ganks, which means not fun for the Kuka lane. As we're going to head back over to the mid lane here, it looks like Munchie's going to be the just clearing the wave.
As MX Double is caught out here in the jungle, we'll see if Far Out is able to at least get him. Nope, he'll just walk away. Pretty tanky. He has started up this Emerald Mail.
Maybe he's going to mail a lot of things.
Why are you red?
He's just, when he's that good, he's just red. Red and possibly not dead as he was in his passive. That's why it was red. As we're going to spectate Alejandro hitting every auto on the minion, so not his job for Alejandro.
Yeah, shooting 100% on minions. Except for
Never
that.
misses another. The good old stare down as the ultimate's going to come out. Lots of damage coming in from Vibe as he's also going to take a lot of damage from Alejandro as like amazing amounts of damage as the ADC duel off is going to happen and Vibe possibly could win this one. No, he's going to elect to back off and use his starter item from this game to heal back up.
And Alejandro does not have a ward on that top side. We'll see if he elects to keep running back into his tower, and he does. As a little Munchie picks up a kill on a Mammoth in the mid lane due to it's just Jay
on the rotation here, as he could possibly keep on going out of the ultimate. No, he's not. As Alejandro's just gonna stare that man down, and who would go after a Casper, the friendly ghost? As Wally's going to die again in the solo lane now. Pepsi Crossing is going to pick up the not solo kill as the rotation from MX Double is going to happen once again.
And a full collapse on just Jay.
From Jay. Jay's out of position. He's taking lots of damage. A big monkey's going to end up picking up that one. So good job there by Far Out to get the return kill.
And Scorpion will fall on the side of Far Out now. A beautiful counter rotation coming out. That was a three-man counter rotation for the Cupid. As it's, I was about to say it's Monkey, as a big monkey, able to do a lot there with the, oh god, what is it? Piercing Moonlight, I believe. That ult does so much damage, dude, for no reason.
Yeah, especially if you hit multiple of them. Like, if you hit all of them, I believe it's like upwards of 500, 600 damage.
Well, also, you can't get away from it. Like, if it hits you, for instance, an Apollo, if you land all 4 shots on an Apollo and he flies away, the final hits or the follow-up hits still hit.
Yeah. As Pepsi Crossing is once again the Kool-Aid man. It's the Fire Giant's going to end up joining this one. As Pepsi Crossing is going to be doing a lot of damage to Wally. We could have a 2-man rotation happening here. No, sorry, it's Jimmy. Jacques is going to rotate along with the Dodgy. The ultimate's coming out from Pepsi Crossing. Lots of damage happening to Wally. Nice get ball to possibly get him out of there as he's going to be taking lots of damage. As Jay's going to hit the ultimate. The sickle's coming through. Pepsi Crossing picks up the kill on the Wally. The Monkey's going to be here to follow up. Lots of damage happening there. And Monkey's going to pick up the double kill.
I was eating a carrot.
And with a fork?
No fork.
As Vibe's going to be possibly picked up here as Alejandro is going to elect to use his beads. The ultimate's going to come out for Alejandro as he's going to do lots of damage here. The Sun's going to come through. The Fart Bomb's going to be the follow-up there. Nothing's going to be had there as everyone's going to look to back up and Vibe's going to use his starter item once again.
Starters for days. As Vibe is on the back foot once again, Alejandro, with blood in his eyes, will not elect to chase as Vibe runs into the jungle towards the safety of his own team. We'll see if Piercing Moonlight is up again for this squad as they are making a push for a lot of damage.
Lots of damage coming through. MX Double's going to use his ultimate there to taunt 3 people. Jay's going to pick up a kill there. The Hot Bomb's not going to be a stun. Lots of damage happening to Monkey, but the ball and Wally next door it is going to pop up Jay and pick up the kill. Lots of damage coming through, but Pepsi Crossing also good. Welcome to the fight there, Pepsi Crossing. Give him 1, possibly 2 here. No, he's going to elect to back up, and everyone's going to look to chill out a tiny bit as Wally's going to rage form here. Mammoth is going to possibly be in trouble as some damage coming through. Looks like Mammoth is going to elect to try to get a tiny bit more damage off here as MX Double's going to be in trouble. He's going to be picked up here. MX Double's going to be picked up there by the Geb support, so nice job as Crown's eating carrots and Jock's picking up kills. Lots of things happened in the last 30 seconds.
I feel like I was done eating my carrot 30 seconds ago.
I don't know. You probably ate another one.
No, I'm out of carrots.
Oh.
Oh, fools. You fool.
That's coming out of the jungle here. Alejandro Vibe almost. That was really awkward. Vibe knew the ward was there and then stood in the ward and tried to sneak gank.
It's all about asserting dominance, man.
As the red buff's going to be dropped there, so nice drop by Doc hitting every auto.
What is with you and autos on minions?
It's the most efficient stat in the game. If
Accuracy versus NPCs?
Yeah, that's the most efficient stat.
As Big Monkey makes a rotation.
Kill on Pepsi Crossing. The return rotation.
First tower of the game will go too far out on that solo side. A lot of rotations happening both from the supports and the junglers at separate points through this game. We've sent a couple of support ganks over to the solo lane for game changers, with MX Double making multiple appearances.
You want to pull up the player damage chart real fast?
Not at all.
Okay.
Nope.
Well, unfortunately, Crown's not back at the caster, and all he does is eat carrots. That's big damage coming here on MX Double. He's going to elect to use the taunt. Lots of ults using there, though, as MX Double's going to look to dash away. Possibly getting 2 ultimates in that one. The taunt heal, he's going to come in. Lots of damage happening. No dash on the side of MX Double. He's going through the caltrop traps, and it's going to be picked up the kill as Big Monkey is going to be the hands of that one.
Positioning, man, against a team like this where they have that much CC built in with the Tsukiyomi, with the slows, a couple of stuns, a knock-up. I mean, that is just a lot to deal with if you're by yourself, and unfortunately MX Double just places a couple of feet too far forward. His Game Changer is able to pick that away. Pepsi Crossing, beautiful steal, dives into 5. Will end up trading his life for that, but picks up the Gold Fury in response. It's a worthy trade, I would say. I mean, you're able to pick it up. Get your team a little bit more of even footing in this game. Stops the snowball a little bit. Keeps the gold deficit to about, I want to say 1,500, round about there. Now, if you're on the side of Far Out, right? You're in the lead now. You're not quite to the same point you were in the last game where you had that 4,000 gold lead. Yeah, Scrappy, you definitely did. But you're not quite at the same comfortability level as you were last game, but I think that almost worked to a detriment for them. What do you expect, or what do you hope for them to do to kind of keep their foot on the gas pedal and kind of ride the momentum and find a W here?
They need to ride this ADC pressure that Alejandro has brought to the table. Alejandro has a bunch of ADC pressure, and he has had it this whole game, but unfortunately they're just not using it. And I feel like that should be the next use, because they haven't really been good on the objectives as Game Changers has picked up a lot of the objectives. As Pepsi Crossing is going to look to start initiation here, the Sickle 2 combo is going to come out. Nothing's really going to be out there. As a lot of Alejandro, he's going to go on the backline. Mammoth's going to look to dash. Mammoth's also going to ult there. There's lots of damage coming in on Wally and Jacques. Not really anything's going to be had there. Mammoth's going to be taking a lot of damage in return. Monkey's going to look, or Monkey's where he's going to be looking to ult in return, as Alejandro's going to be picked up by Pepsi Crossing, as a lot of people would say. Worth, as he would say. Vibe is going to pick up a kill on Wally there in the backline. Munchie's going to pick up a kill on Pepsi Crossing. Lots of damage coming through. Big Monkey's going to be doing a lot of damage. He's also going to pick up a double kill. We'll give him a triple kill on that one, as the killing spree is going to come out for him. Lots of damage come also went on as Vibe is going to be picked up in this one also.
Alejandro, the sacrificial lamb for that team fight, dives way too deep, tries to dash away, pops a lot of abilities, and it just allows the rest of this Far Out squad to basically keep their foot on the throats of the Game Changer squad. A deicide happening for the side of Far Out, as they will pick up a couple of towers in response, strip away some jungle, and create themselves a more comfortable lead. We'll see this lead stretch to about 4K now. About 2.5, 3K. Happening for Far Out. Now we're seeing them in the position they were last game. They did have a 4K gold lead last game, and they let it slip through their fingers a little bit, but kind of what you were saying on the back of Alejandro, I think that team fight happens. He does force a lot of things out of the side of Game Changers, which in turn opens its own doors for the rest of his team to just kind of dive in and not have a worry about what to face. So In a way, good for Alejandro. I think it was a necessary death for him in order to give his team a little bit of an in to extend their team's lead.
Yep. Boy, chip.
Yep.
Hey, Pip. As
Isn't
Scorpion's gonna be up there on the right side of the map.
in Cinderella, isn't the name of the mouse that goes yip? Isn't his name Jacques?
Gus.
No, that's not Gus. I know. Which one goes yip?
Rat. Wait, is the rat in Cinderella?
No, they're mouse. They're mice.
Jacques and Gus.
Yeah, Gus is the chubby one. And
That serve as Cinderella's sidekicks.
yeah, they're the mice. The main one, her like right hand mouse.
Oh, the red jacket one.
Yeah, that's Jacques.
I'll call you Gus, and then Jacques can be Jacques. Okay.
I'm not okay with that. I'm not chubby. I'm not chubby.
After the wings
I'm
he ate,
built.
you might be a tiny bit chubby.
Huh?
After the wings he ate, you might be a tiny bit chubby.
Sorry, I've got my roommate and you talking to me at the same time.
Well, tell Chewbacca to go queue a casual and play Ymir and drop a 30 bomb, and then he can start talking.
He's never done that in his life.
As the Pyromancer is going to be dropped here far out, looking a lot better than they did in this one. And another game 3 could happen.
4K gold. They've equivalated their lead from the first game. We'll see if they can just kind of ride the momentum and take it into a game 3, or will Game Changers find their footing again and close this out? As Vibe over here taking a tier 1 tower for free. We'll see if anybody can rotate in time.
Yeah, as Alejandro is going to be looking to dash through the jungle. The ultimate could come out here as Alejandro. Big damage onto Vibe. He's going to be looking to chop that man up. As Munchie's going to burn that man alive on Vibe. As lots of damage also coming in on Alejandro, as he's going to be horrific, and ultimate from Osiris. As Pepsi Crossing is going to look to start an engagement here. Something that he wants to be taking here, as a lot of damage is coming onto him. He's going to look to back up. Nice taunt there from Erlang and pick up at least one, as Wally's going to just create havoc in the back line. The ultimate's going to come through from Jay. Nothing's really going to happen there, as Alejandro is going to use that dash passive to get a lot of damage here. Lots of damage coming at a Monkey, possibly. No, he's just going to look to back up there. So another engagement won by far out.
Yeah, they do pick up one. Alejandro doing that practically all by himself with a late game assist coming out from Munchie with the Blink ult 1 combo. Wow. Far out able to secure the Primal Furies. Mammoth puts himself in a dire position. Does fall to Wally in the back. Forces himself out to try and make that steal and does end up falling on the back of that, as this tier 1 tower over in the duo side will be going down any moment, as they will look to pressure hopefully a tier 2, as 2 members of this Game Changer squad only over here. And the siege happens. Alejandro steps forward, takes a couple of shots, does start on the damage, and it'll fall pretty quickly. Wally just playing his best game with the zoning. Does hit a 3-man ult as Alejandro dashes forward. Will he land the heart bomb? Yes, and it will not mean much. Double forced to use his beads, and that will be 2 towers, a gold fury, and maybe even a fire giant.
That's the spot that they're heading to. They did drop the Primal Fury, so maybe possibly that could be the next call for this far out team.
Yeah, they're running straight for it. We'll see if they can pick this up. Best secure on the map, I would have to say, goes to Chang'e with the burst damage from her ult. Does have to be within range, though. Put yourself in a dire position in order to secure it, but there's no one from Game Changers around to even contest. MX Double makes his way forward, is pressured by 3 people, does land the knockup. Game Changers take it! MX Double throws the pin, steals the Fire Giant away from far out. Will he be able to get out? Yes! With the help of Pepsi Crossing landing the stun. Beautiful by MX Double, able to sneak that one away. Not so sneaky, though, as Vibe picking up a tier 2, equivalating the tower deficits over there in that duo lane.
That's the 3rd time. Equivalent's not a word. Not a word.
You're not a word!
I know!
Sit down!
Equivalent isn't a word!
Equivalent is a word!
No, it's not! No, it's not.
Are you kidding me?
All right, chat.
Look
this
it
is
up.
the
I
argument
did.
we've all been waiting
I
for. Is
verified.
equivalent?
Equivalent is a word.
Equivalent is
Yeah.
definitely a word.
It might be on Urban Dictionary, but it's not a fucking word.
Can you not cuss
Tell
on the stream?
Chewbacca to play 2 supports other
Not a
than
freaking
Ymir.
word. Yo, I'll accept my suspension for cussing on stream. I'm sorry.
Except my.
He doesn't care.
See that? That's the
didn't
problem,
even
right?
hear
Like,
it.
I don't have any roommates or anything, so if, like, my mom swears on stream,
You're
like,
right, then.
she's gonna get a 2-week suspension. I'm
Good
not.
talk, buddy.
Equivalent is definitely a word. As a very quality camera work here, as we're gonna
Sorry,
spectate
I
the
was
war.
looking
It's
it
doing
up.
the greatest damage among any gods in Smite, as the T1 tower is going to be brought down. Far Out is going to be in trouble here, as the Fire Giant was dropped by this Game Changers team, as we are going to head over the mid lane. The fight's going to be started here, as now Jock's going to look to ult in, so nice job by the mice there, just kind of making plays, making styles. Munchy with a blink on Mammoth, lots of damage going down to him, lots of damage coming through on Monkey, and 2 as Wally next door is going to pick up the kill on Mammoth, and the backline is going to be shredded by this Far Out team, as Alejandro's elected to use Beads Aegis. He's going to be pulled there by Jay. As nice job by Game Changers to make sure that the trade goes evenly for them, and lots of damage coming into Monkey. He's possibly going to be picked up here, caught out of position as Monkey, given a double kill for It's Just Jay. Nice job there, as Far Out is just going to back up here there, Mont. As Siege is going to be happening here, they could possibly look to grab a mid Phoenix.
I think they pick up the tier 2 over there in the solo side. If you pressure this Phoenix, you open yourself up to a lot. I think the tier 2 is the safer play. But never mind what I'm saying.
They're gonna go rampage style. Lots of damage coming down on the side of Game Changers to this Far Out team. Staggered deaths could happen if they pick up kills. Jay's gonna pick up another kill, give him a killing spree in this engagement. As lots of plays are making on happen, and 2 Wally vibes gonna pick up the kill there. Now this Game Changers team could possibly end. The Titans taking a lot of damage is going to start off. The health bars dropping just like Crown's carrots.
Stop talking about my carrots, man. Leave my carrots out of this. Also, Jake, Poggies isn't a word.
I know Poggies isn't a word.
Well, then shut up.
Oh no. Poggers.
No, he says Poggies. All right, he doesn't say Poggers.
Well, yeah.
Look, go bully Chewbacca in the Discord, please. Just yell at him incessantly.
Alright, if you're watching the stream right now, I want you to click off the stream for half a second and at Chewbacca in the Discord.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna start off the chat. I'm just gonna everyone just go to the community chat and at him. Just don't say anything else. Just at him. As the as Game Changer is gonna look up, pick up the Pyromancer here.
I'm gonna punch my roommate in the face, but not before MX Double tries to punch Alejandro in the face with a taunt combo. And they'll look to siege this tier 2 tower over in the solo side. Last tower remaining on the map for Far Out. And it will fall pretty easily. As Far Out, with the 4K gold lead once again, lets it fall as Game Changer sitting at 5K in the lead once again.
I don't know if Chewie would be my friend after the peel he gave you today, Gunner. My goal is to use whatever chat says in chat on stream as like in a part of the cast. As the Fire Giant's going to be the next objective looking at from this Game Changers team. Unfortunately, it's not going to be EFG, but they're going to start a fight here. As Pepsi Crossing is going to be looking to do a lot of damage onto this Jacques. As the ult's going to come in for there, or the leap's going to come in there from Jay. Nice job getting out of there. Pepsi Crossing is going to use his ultimate to just kind of jump out there. As Death's Embrace has been picked up by Pepsi Crossing, so this could be a good engagement. for him, as Kukulin has elected to sell his Death's Embrace, which is not something that I would do, but again, I'm not a soul lane main, I'm an ADC main, a lot of people would say, so.
Your Titan is under attack.
Oh god. I mean, that was not bad plays there by Pepsi Crossing.
MX double with the blink double taunt as Chang'e is forced to use the invulnerability. Out of it, Alejandro under a lot of pressure, surrounded by 3 members, will fall. As I am Jacques lands a 3-man ult on top of that. OHJ goes up into the ult, lands 1, lands 2, does not land the 3rd. Nobody attached to the Paolo now. As MX double picks up a kill onto Wally, is Big Monkey able to return it in the back line. Little Munchie running for his life is under a lot and will end up falling down to Mammoth. Ult piercing Moonlight coming through from Big Monkey, pick up 1 in between 2 others, does land the field goal in order to pick up the kill, but that is 1 single rock against 3 members of Game Changers on the back here. They'll be able to pick up the Phoenix. Will they be able to pick up the win? We'll see what they do. Vibe trailing behind.
They're picking up the killing spree on this one as the Firemanians are going to head into this Phoenix. The Phoenix is going to be dropped. The Order Titan's going to be at 9.4k at the start of this one. Lots of damage happening to it as Pepsi Crossing Guaranteed is saying, I won, right? We're winning this game, boys. Let's do this. As we're running down the Titan is the next call. 5k, 4k, give it 3k as Jacques going to be picked up there by MXW. Alejandro ult's going to be happening, but Crowned has broke a curse that we've never done before. That's no game 3 is happening today as Game Changers is going to pick up the win on this one.
From 4k down to a win by 6,000. Game Changers repeats it, captures Lightning twice, is able to win 2 games in a row, knocking this Far Out team down a peg. They were at the top of the standings, and Game Changers says, no.
Yeah, nice job there by the Game Changers team to just power through. And that is going to do it for the cast. I do not have anything else to add. Crown, do you?
You know, the 4 physical comp, MX double piloted their long shin perfectly. The blinks were on point. Got a lot of actives out of the use of the taunt. Forced Chang'e in a couple of weird positions. Just Jay, 7, 5, and 8. This dodgy man was everywhere she needed to be. Added a ton of pressure. A lot of kill potential with that pick as well, and just great team-oriented plays coming out from the side of Game Changers. Able to pick up a set victory here in 2 games. Great for them, and we'll add it into the win column for them. So Far Out, definitely not any slouches in that series either. They were up in both games. I think they just need to find a way to bridge that gap, go back to the drawing board, figure out what they're kind of doing wrong there, and they'll be just fine. Now they're at the top of the standings for a reason. So we'll see if they're able to right the ship and get back onto good as normal. And
yeah.
Hopefully next
week.
With
nothing more to add.
Yep. That'll do it for us. Hunter, thank you.
One thing I just want to finish out with, sorry to interrupt you there. One thing I want to finish out with, if you guys are enjoying some casted games, head over to Valhalla C2. You will find Cocky and Ducky over there. They're finishing up their set here, as we're going to be finishing our set here. I have been Hunter, and beside me has been
Crown Hound.
And we will be closing up here.
We love you all. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your week, and see you next week.